We ask that you would help us to draw close to you. Please come and speak your words of wisdom into our lives. Help us to embrace one another, our similarities, our differences, our concerns, and our joys. We long for your hands and feet to the world. God of truth that many women and girls still face challenges in your communities to take an equal place in community or household decision making. We pray that happen and that we will see women and men, boys and girls living and striving together as equals, sharing the gifts, skills, and wisdom you have given each of us to bring about real change in the lives of our families, communities, and nations. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Now I call upon Desilenio Nihu for her welcome note and presentation. Good morning to you all. Esteemed guest speaker, Dr. Angelina Solo, Medical Officer in OBGYN Department, Naga Hospital Authority, Kohima. Principal, Sister Lucy Gamle, Vice Principal, Sister Emerencia Tokno, sisters, teachers, and all my fellow students. I, Yezelenyo, on behalf of the students of Little Flower Higher Secondary School, would like to extend a warm welcome to our guest speaker, Dr. Angelina Solo, who is also a past pupil of our school. Welcome, ma'am. We are glad to have you in our midst. The theme for 2021's International Women's Day is Women in Leadership Achieving an Equal Future in a COVID-19 World. A seed planted early in the 20th century has grown into an annual celebration spearheaded by the United Nations. International Women's Day, celebrated on 8 March every year, has a rich history of women fighting for equality. This day commemorates women's achievements across all fields and raises awareness of the struggle women continue to face until this day. In conclusion, this is the day when everyone acknowledges the value and importance of women in their lives, of women in the world is immense. Thank you all for your time, and may all present here have a joyous celebration together. Lastly, we are grateful to Dr. Angelina Solo for marking her presence here. I now invite her to the stage to accept this gift as a token of love and appreciation. Thank you, Desileno, for reminding us the importance of women through your presentation. Now, I would like to call upon Sister Lucy Gambay, our principal, to deliver her message. Respected Dr. Angelina Solo, Medical Officer, OBS and Gynae speaker of today. We are proud of you to have you being the past people. I welcome you once again to your alma mater. And thank you for your precious time with us today. Leader who is not being able to be present here, Sister Pascolina Superior, Vice Principal Sister Melissa Togno, all the sisters, teachers, and to you, my dear future women, I mean the students. Jesus chose a woman, seeing her caliber and power in the person of Mary Magdalene, a leader among the leaders, to be the messenger of hope when the disciples of Jesus have given up hope after the death of Jesus. There were many renowned women who won the favor of God by their heroic act and leadership qualities, like Queen Esther, Susanna Noemi, Mary, the mother of Jesus, Mary and Martha, Joanna, and so on. We have so many women. And down the centuries, we have thousands of women
who dared to dream big and brought much changes in their families and societies. And today, we are also rightly to honor and respect the six daring spirit young women from Italy, the sisters who have come to India, and especially in northeastern region in Guwahati on 8th December 1923. We are heading towards the centenary celebrations in 2023, and the Basque peoples will introduce to us before we release the brochure by our guest speaker. You know, women are the epitome of love, sacrifice, strength, and courage. Today, in this era where the expanse of information and knowledge is booming at its furthest scope, we need not have to keep our objectives fixed on who women are, but we are ahead of or able of. Defines a woman and that's over and over that we are not progressing further than this land. The role of women has been assumed to be only of a wife, a mother, caretaker, and a homemaker. But indeed, women are the home ministers. Yes or no? Women are the home ministers because they are able to manage many, many things. But the outlook needs to be changed. Women should no longer foreshadow their contributions, but emerge as a source of power and symbol of peace. The journey of liberation for women has been bridged over many milestones and has indeed come a long way. Women are the key to sustainable development and the quality of life in the family. Little did we recognize that the women had still remain in the four walls as a leader, but they are also the artist, the organizer, the administrator, manager, director, economist, and much more than that we just know as homemaker, but we are far than that. Thanks to the revolutionary society, the 21st century has brought a new light of hope to empower women in a more pragmatic way. The social and economic status of women has been reforming radically, soaring to heights, and is no longer confined within the boundaries of the limitations. And we also heard very well, especially during this COVID time, the countries that are headed by the women are doing far better. I'm not putting any men down here, but you see the president or ministers, wherever the women rule the countries, that country was able to manage much better than any other countries. You see the power of women. So my dear students, it is an invitation for us to pray for the women. And every one of you sitting here, staying here, you have women in your family, in the person of your mother, your aunties. You know, you're in touch with the women every day. We women have the confidence, being assured that we have the abilities and the willpower that can outpass all barriers. And when we share our light of freedom to illuminate their persons for more to life. Women's leadership is important to change the perceived idea of who can lead and the distinguished capabilities and qualities. So the ability to dream is one of the fine qualities that other species do not possess. No other creatures can dream, have vision, no other creatures like monkeys or elephants or tiger, lion, no other animals, except human being has the caliber or the ability to dream and have vision. So women have the same power to dream. And my dear future women, from classes 6 to 12, they are sitting here. I mean, give your wings. That is is what is your wings? A dream to fly. You can fly high, you can succeed, and there is one example here in our midst, our guest speaker. Once upon a time, she was also seated here and able to climb high in the. This is an invitation, this is a call also for you to dream high. And I wish you once again a very happy feast, a very happy Women's Day to all the lady teachers. And I want to congratulate them for training so many leaders of our society. And let us give a big handless clap to all our lady teachers. I believe today, gents should be on the stage. Next Women's Day, Sir Nishan and the team there, all the gents teachers should organize. Today I got inspiration. We should not be folding hands and standing today. Like two of our gents and one more here. We should be on stage to organize for the Women's Day. Lady teachers, please keep remembering this. Next year, Women's Day will be organized by the gents. That is the way, because women has done so much, either in the field of education or every field you go, and we are also proud to have in almost every department of our state, LFS students are there. And many people wonder why we the sisters are working or educating only girls. The main thing is that we want to empower, we want to give equal rights. Not because we don't love boys or men, no, but we have a predilection, a special love and concern for the girl child and the women. And this is what the spirit of Don Bosco and Saint Maria Magdalene wrote, that the weaker section of the society be raised, and women and girls are always the victims. And we want to raise them up to the equal heights, not to be overruled and looked down or trodden by the men, or not to go above the men and rule the men. No, we are equals. So this is what we want to convey to you on this day as we celebrate the Women's Day. And I would like to wish all the students who are sitting at your turn also will come tomorrow to come to school and also participate in the essay and poem competitions. Sorry that you could not be part of this short program today, but I'm sure you are also viewing the live program at this moment. I want to wish you and also all your mothers at home, the courageous women sitting at home, educating the future of the world, of our country, of our society, of our state, Nagaland. And wherever there is respect and love for women, there will be growth, development, and enhancement in every field. So this is what I want to respect, I want to honor, and I also will pray for all the women in the name of all the sisters, Sister Superior, all the sisters, teachers here, to wish all the mothers also at home a very happy Women's Day.
Thank you, Sister, for the delightful message. Kindly request Miss Dorothy Jasuke to come and take the stage.
Good morning to you all. I'm excited to be standing here in front of you students, Principal Sister Lucy, guest speaker Dr. Angelina, and my colleagues. On behalf of the Past People Association, I would be honored to give you a short introduction as to why we have been given this moment on such a joyous morning. In 1923, 6 pioneering missionaries of the FMA arrived in Guwahati, Assam, to begin their missionary work. 100 years later, in 2023, the FMA family will be celebrating their centenary anniversary. As part of the celebration, the past pupils of this school, under the guidance of Sister Lucy, have compiled a brief history of our pioneers in a brochure. It contains fleeting sketches of how these 6 sisters created a community through patience, love, and compassion. We will be handing out a copy of the brochure to each of you so that you may learn more about our dear sisters, our institution, our pioneers, and their mission, relatives, and your near and dear ones, so that we can all be part of the family. It is only fitting to honor these sisters on Women's Day. So I call upon our guest speaker, who is also a past pupil of the school, to release this brochure. Thank you.
I now give time to the media club representatives to come and take the stage.
Everything inside you is dark and twisted. Do you ever feel like a misfit? Everything inside you is dark and twisted. Alright, don't get me different, 'cause baby, so am I. Can you hear the whispers all across the room? Can you feel their eyes all over you like cheap perfume? Beautiful, misunderstood. So why you tryna be just like the neighborhood? I can see it, I know what you're feeling. So let me tell you about my little secret. I'm a little crazy underneath this, underneath this. Do you ever feel like a misfit? Everything inside you is dark and twisted. Oh, but don't get a bit different, 'cause baby, so am I. Everybody's something else. You ever feel like a darkness? You don't have to feel too alright. Oh, but don't get a bit different, 'cause baby, so am I. Everybody's something else. So just a fancy, like sitting mercy. I can get a queen, gotta keep on kissing. So baby, come pass me a liar. We're gonna live on fire. With the sins and the blessings, I see it, I know what you're feeling. So let me tell you about one little secret. I'm a little crazy underneath it, underneath it. Everything inside you is dark and twisted. Oh, but don't get a bit different, 'cause baby, so am I. You don't have to fit into the format. It's okay to be different, 'cause baby, so am I. You're king and you're queen, you're strong and you're weak, you're bound to so free. So come and join me, and come behind me, and we'll make a
Thank you for your energizing performance.
Next, we have a speech by Ms. Navitsu. I would kindly request her to come and take her time. Good morning to one and all, respected guest speaker, Dr. Angelina Solo, sisters, teachers, and all my dear fellow friends. Today, as we are celebrating Women's Day, I will be speaking on the topic Women in Leadership. First of all, I want to start off with the question, why is women's leadership important? Women's leadership is important because women leaders are more life-changing than men leaders. They function as a role model for their subordinates and inspire their team. They also care a lot about their personal development and spend a lot of time coaching their teams. And the one point which is a given fact is that women emphasize teamwork and authentic communication as a key to success. For most women leaders, leadership is meant not only for accomplishing organizational goals, but to transform their teams into better persons. It is a rising question. Why do we need to support and demonstrate our commitment to women into leadership? The answer is because it is part of our striving for equality, including gender equality and women equality, and also because the principle of gender equality is written in the Indian Constitution in its fundamental rights. We all have an impressive and ambitious agenda ahead of us today. To achieve those agenda, we need to frame our decisions with firstly, assessment on what kind of leadership we need. Secondly, what is currently preoccupied about women into leadership. And thirdly, to finish with a few reflections on our own leadership learnings. More and more women in leadership positions are pushing the boundaries of gender, utilizing their strengths and leadership qualities in skill, knowledge, experience, and emotions. Pursue the things they want from their jobs and careers, not waiting for it to come to them. The key to all this success is confidence. Self-confidence is necessary for leaders to take risks and accomplish high goals. Leadership involves influencing other people, and self-confidence allows the leaders to feel assured. Now I would like to share the mindset of equality as a reality. It's difficult to think that way because the cases of gender inequality has been talked in the news and on social medias almost every day. However, if women want to be viewed as equal in the workplace, they must stand their grounds and demand the respect they deserve. Lastly, let us not forget that human rights are women's rights and women's rights are human rights. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you, Messenger. Now,
As the guest speaker, Dr. Angelina Solo, Medical Officer, Ops and Gynae Department, Nagaland Hospital Authority, Kohima, to kindly take her time.
Good morning, everyone present here. Respected sister principal, teachers, and my dear friends. Today, as we celebrate International Women's Day, I would like to wish everyone, each and everyone, a very happy International Women's Day. On this auspicious day, I stand immensely proud as an alumnus of this distinguished institution that has nurtured and produced some of the most influential women leaders of our society over the years. I can't help but imagining and envisioning the bright future you ladies will be stepping into in a few years from now. I am convinced that I am standing among a group of young women who will soon be the pillars, the cornerstones, the movers and the shakers of our society. Our current times have been a shift in the women empowerment worldwide, and I'm sure you are all actively aware of this wave of change that is happening. You will feel that all the more when you step into environments where you have to work together with men. Women empowerment is the need of the hour because our society follows a patriarchal system. And we don't blame men because it was logical to have a male dominant setup centuries ago. Because men, who are physically stronger by nature than women, were required to hunt, provide food for the family, use physical strength to protect their families from predators, go to wars, etc. So then, the better house. Women were automatically required to nurture and grow their homes. It was a perfect arrangement then. However, with time, the celebration of man's strength instilled an opposite effect on women. Our physical weakness was frowned upon as a liability, and humanity was blinded to all the other abilities that makes women women. But times have changed. We no longer live in a world that requires men to hunt and kill. We live in times when our enemy is a coronavirus, nuclear weapons, climate change, and world hunger. Warriors are no longer required to have swords and guns in their hands. I consider myself fortunate to have been a frontline worker during the COVID-19 pandemic, of the current times. And let me tell you, men and women fight shoulder to shoulder at the front. There is no question of gender when assigning roles. So I consider the pandemic a big victory for gender equality and women empowerment. The pandemic proved that women are equally equipped to be frontliners, forerunners, and leaders of the world. Because if you can fight hand in hand with men in a war, you might as well give the chair to the world and you'll do just fine. But that's it. I want to encourage you to aspire to be the leader, the pioneer, and that warrior. And how do you do that? You focus on making the best version of yourself. I'm talking about emotional maturity, mental maturity, and skill development. And also while being remaining true to yourself. I am telling you to study hard. If you are a singer, be the best. Create the best. If you are good in sport, train hard to be the best. If you are intellectually blessed, read more and learn more. Companies like Google, Apple, IBM, etc.